Okay, so let's talk about the first one because they all lead to the last message. So we have to go through them in chronological order. So the first one is it all it's cracked up to be? First of all, let me talk about the work front. Financially, honestly, I feel like things are going really well for you guys. You definitely can curb your spending a little bit. I don't see you going overboard. I don't see you being extra, like super extravagant, but I definitely feel, curbing your expenditures, definitely, it wouldn't hurt. And what I'm seeing here is because finances, it's going really well. I feel like many of you are in a situation where, you're working and you're paying the bills. Like you're able to make ends meet. You're able to take care of yourself, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel safe. It makes you feel stable, and you're proud of yourself. The method in which you work and the environment in which you work, it's another story. I feel there is going to be a changing of the guards. So somebody is going to be leaving your work environment. I feel more feminine energy, like a female, a woman, somebody that has been there for some time. I feel that there might be some harsh words exchanged between this female energy, this coworker, or this boss or supervisor. I just feel like there's it's like too much has been said. And then the person is going to be leaving, okay? And I feel like this is something that people anticipate, but they didn't think it would happen right now. And a lot of it has to do with this built up, this pent up energy of the Mercury retrograde, where things have been said in a harsh manner and too much has been said, too much has been revealed. So I feel somebody leaving in your work environment. It creates a power vacuum, right? And so new people will come in. So they're saying here, changing of the guards. And I also feel as well, you're working in an environment where you're not really seeing eye to eye with your coworkers, okay? And we can't all, be buddy-buddy with our coworkers. It's very rare that that happens. But I also feel as well that the way that you work is not in accordance with your coworkers. I see you doing a lot of work. I see you doing a lot for the company, doing a lot for your coworkers, doing a lot for your supervisors. You're working your butt off. And I feel like other people, they don't have the same sense of urgency. They drag their feet. They don't know what they're doing. They have other people do the work for them. They're just kind of lazy. And so it feels very lonely carrying this load, this weight, and being the responsible one, and being the one that, that lightning rod where if there's a problem, you're the one that has to do damage control, right? It's very tiring and it feels very lonely, mainly because other people are not sharing or are not carrying their weight. And so they're urging you, is it all it's cracked up to be? Is this the right job? Are you happy here? Are you happy doing that? Can you ease up a little bit and let other people kind of do the damage control so that for once they know what it feels like? I feel many of you need to pull back your energy and not play mother hen. You have to let other people handle their own mess. You need to kind of let things deteriorate so that people realize how bad it can get, and then they start to shape up. If you're constantly going in and doing that damage control before things get really, 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 really bad, people only see you as the fixer, and they see you nipping a problem in the bud, so they don't really understand that, oh, it can get really bad. It can descend into chaos. It can get a lot worse. So I feel like some people here are, coasting. They're taking advantage of the situation. They're taking you for granted. And so it's important to kind of, you guys like to show how competent, how intelligent you are. It makes you feel proud. It makes you feel good to be deemed as competent and intelligent. That's what air signs live for. They don't want to be called, beautiful or sexy or, oh, you're such a good homemaker. They don't care about that. But you guys like to be praised for your capabilities, for being smart, for being intelligent, for being witty, for being fast, for getting things and understanding things in a quick manner. Like, that's the ultimate praise for you guys. And I feel like you do a lot to show people that you're really smart, that you're really, really capable. But more than anything, you have this strong sense of work ethics, especially a lot of Aquarius that I know. You have a really strong sense of work ethics. When you say you're going to do something, you follow through. And I feel like in every work situation you find yourself in, you're entrusted with a lot more responsibilities. You're a lot faster than other people. You get your work done. And then you end up being the ones that needs to train others. So already you're doing a lot of the work. And so my advice here is pull back your energy, okay? Let other people start to step up and learn to do damage control themselves. And then let other people kind of handle situations themselves. That way they learn. And it's also less of a burden on you. So what it's really asking you is, pull back your energy. And yes, you want to show that you can do the work. But if it's not really a part of your job description or your responsibilities, let other people handle it. Okay? Don't wear yourself out. And especially in a situation where you're not getting the thanks and the recognition that you deserve. All right? I'm feeling here many of you are juggling multiple work options, multiple career choices as well. So you're going through a major period of like dilemma. Is this the right work for me? Is it all it's cracked up to be? Is this it? Am I on the right track? And I feel that you're definitely on the right track. You have some really solid skills that can be improved, that can be built upon. But I feel as if some of you work as if you're self-employed, and that's not a bad thing at all. But I feel like you're ungovernable. So your supervisors, the people that you're supposed to report to, they're kind of, they feel like you're overstepping your boundaries. They feel like you're making too many decisions without consulting them. So they feel like you think you're self-employed, and I feel like that rubs them the wrong way. So be very, very careful, okay? Even if you know what you're doing, coming to them and just say like, hey, I'm doing this. What do you think about it? Or even dumbing it down and just asking them, what do you recommend that I do? Because I was thinking this. I feel like doing that is like a social nicety. You do it so that they can feel good, they can feel good about that you're consulting them, so that they don't feel like you're being obstinate or you're being too arrogant. Okay, so you want to make sure you include other people in the decision-making process, even if you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing or exactly what the best course is. But it's just nice to follow these procedures because you want to, make friends, not enemies. Okay, does that make sense? It's not about, kissing their butts, or it's not about that. It's about office politics. It's about being strategic. And it's about including other people so that you can create a harmonious work environment, okay? And it's especially important for you to do during this Mercury retrograde period so that your supervisors, people above you, they don't misunderstand you. They know you're a really hard worker, and they really, really know that you're very, very competent. And I feel like they see you as a threat. So if you do things without consulting them, it can rub them the wrong way. So be careful. Second message, my way or my way. Okay, so Aquarius, here's the thing. You guys are really good-hearted people. Most of you guys are really good-hearted. And, there are selfish people and generous people of every sign in every country. Okay, so it's not about being It's not about being prejudiced, or it's not about, playing favorites. But what I mean is, as a humanitarian sign, you guys are generally very nice. Whenever you can help people, you generally do it. Whenever you can teach people something and kind of show people how smart you are, you definitely will do it. However, what you don't like is when people take it for granted, or when people don't do the legwork themselves and they come to you expecting you to do the work for them. That sense of entitlement. You hate that sense of entitlement from other people. You also don't like it when people become emotionally needy. Like if you help them 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and then they automatically expect it from you, or they become attached to you, or they become emotionally needy. Like, you don't like that. And so you start to distance yourself from them. You start to kind of lose respect for them. So what we're looking at here is for you to really think about how your actions lead to specific outcome. If you're so eager all the time to assist somebody, it creates dependencies, right? And so you need to learn to draw back. And then at the same time, if you're so willing to step in and intervene and fix situations and show how much you know, the next time somebody's in a jam, they're going to run to you. And so be very careful about, drawing the line and drawing those boundaries, okay? Also, what I feel here is many of you are in a position where you are interacting with a lot of people, and you're getting a little bit frustrated, mainly because people come in with their own sense of entitlement. So it's almost like, hey, I pay for these services. I gave you guys money. Why aren't things being streamlined? Why aren't things done based on my timeline? So it's like they're coming in with, this sense of entitlement just because they have money, just because they have power, just because they have prestige. They expect you to bend over backwards for them. And you're just like trying your hard to be diplomatic while telling them, that's not how it works. It's my way or my way. So you're trying to redirect the energy. You're trying to give them kind of like a piece of your mind, but doing so in a very diplomatic way. So it's important to be crafty when you're dealing with these people, because they're coming in already very, very upset. And if you kind of act in a way where you're very detached and aloof, that's really going to make them more upset. Okay, so it's important to kind of like cater to it, but at the same time, telling them, give them as much technical jargon as you can, so that they understand everything is a process. They understand that, you're doing things from your end, but you have to follow these procedures in order to get things done. So your communication style needs to be very, very clear and very, very succinct, and try your best not to escalate the situation, because I see you being very, very irritated when people come to you with this sense of entitlement. Okay? So you're telling them as much like my way, or they're telling you as much, I want everything to be done according to my, conditions, just because I have this much money or I am in this position. And you're really not having that. But it's important to be diplomatic. It's important to follow the rules. It's important not to isolate and drive people away. And it's also important for you not to get reprimanded by your superiors. So be careful. Generally, you guys are very calm and collected, generally. But I feel like it's the people coming in with this sense of entitlement that really irks you. Really, really irks you. The third message that I feel here is lightning rod. So I really like this analogy for you guys, because, the lightning rod basically directs lightning from the sky, and it runs it back down to the earth to prevent further damage to the surrounding environment, people, property, trees, houses, whatever it might be. So it's sort of like taking one for the team. But I feel like the imagery that I'm getting here is not so much about taking one for the team. It's about you this month being that lightning rod, being the fixer, being the one person that takes a lot of crap from everybody else, but you're able through, your own wit and through your own craftiness and through your own aptitude and intelligence, you're able to spin a situation and turn a situation around and de-escalate and make the situation a lot better than it could have been. So I feel like people are going to be very, very pleasantly surprised of your skill and your diplomacy. And it's really rare that I say diplomacy, especially for an Aquarius rather than a Libra, but more so for an Aquarius, because the way you are, you're very true to yourself. When someone is coming to you with a bunch of BS, you can call it BS. You call it for what it is, okay? You call it by its name. And I feel like you don't mince words. You're very impatient and you don't like it when people are false, okay? But I feel like this is the month where you know how to work a situation. You know how to spin things around, and you know how to I almost want to say, what is that expression where it's like, give somebody a taste of their own medicine? There we go. So it's like shifting the energy, shifting the impact and the hostility that is directed at you and channeling it down to the earth, dissipating it, making it so that it doesn't affect you. And I feel like you're going to be really, really proud of your capability of doing this. So the my way or my way, the lightning rod analogy, both of these things basically means that a lot of problems are going to happen. And I feel at work. I feel more at work. In the income sector, in the career sector. It's at work, okay? And you're going to be just fine. You're going to navigate the situation just fine. You're going to be the one that sees everything, anticipates everything that can go wrong, and gradually you're going to fix them one by one. Your ability to navigate this energy and to, successfully mitigate these damages, it's going to really I want to say set you up nicely for you to get professional recognition, for you to get noticed, and for others to see you as a powerful player in this organization, in this team. And I feel like your ability to do this is really going to help you shine. It's not an easy process, and it can feel very daunting and very scary and overwhelming throughout this month. So it's not a walk in the park. And I want you guys to channel that energy of the lightning rod. You're really strong and you know how to manipulate situations. So don't let yourself, feel discouraged. At any point during this time, don't give up. Don't feel like, oh, this is too much. I want to just drop and just drop my responsibilities and just take off. So quitting something, that's a no-no, okay? That's not up for debate. You rough it out, you get through it, okay? And then also walking away from a situation where you feel like it's too much, I can't handle it. You can handle it. Be crafty and, rely on your inner resources. Because you are that lightning rod, you can manipulate the energy so that it doesn't harm you, okay? And it doesn't harm other people. And realize how strong you are. And realizing as well, diplomacy is going to go a long way this month. Diplomacy is going to be your friend, okay?